For those of you that don't know me, my name is Latarian. I just wanted to make this little video and give my testimony on how great God truly is. I've always struggled with my walk of faith, and I grew up Christian. I was raised Christian, and I always grew up in a Christian household. And I grew up and I kind of wandered away from that a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's always a great thing to be honest with yourself, so you're self-aware. I just want to give my testimony on how great the Lord truly is. And I'll give you one example. So back in March of 2025, I got into a car accident, completely totaled my vehicle, and I was breaking down, didn't know what was going to happen at all because I was also expecting a child at the time. And my wife, she needed to get back and forth to doctor's appointments. I didn't know how any of that was going to happen whenever I'm the breadwinner of the household, and I didn't even know how I was going to get to work myself, to tell you the truth. But anyways, that happened, and God works in ways that are never of the world. Never of the world. So I got into this car accident, and I'm breaking down, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that, how am I going to get here, how am I going to get there. And all I just kept hearing was, do not let your faith waver. A wavering faith is a very unstable thing to have with your walk with Christ. But that's all I kept hearing. Do not let your faith waver. Mind you, I worked at a dealership. I worked at a Dodge dealership. Tony T's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. I was there for about 2 years before I left in December of last year. God was telling me that I was sitting in my blessing. I was sitting in my blessing. I did not know what that meant at the time until it finally happened. So I want to say, so this happened in March. So August, September. 7 months. 7 months. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I was reaching a breaking point because I felt like I failed as the main provider for my family. So that time passes, and I'm just praying. And one day, I'm getting ready for work. You know, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm putting on my uniform. And I hear, today when you go to work, you are going to walk out on this job driving something new than what you came in with. I had a 2009 Honda Civic. Gave me a lot of problems. So God was walking me through the process. And let me just preface this. My credit score, it just wasn't good at all. I think my credit score was like a 512. I didn't have no money for a down payment. But God said, I'm going to walk you through this. Just trust me, and I'll handle the rest. Mind you, in this time, I'm still like having a little senses of doubt, and I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen, Lord. I don't know how you're going to make this way for me. I don't. Sorry about that. Had an unexpected phone call because I'm still at work while making this video. But I was saying to the Lord that I don't know how you're going to get me through this, Lord. But you say trust you, you're going to walk me through it. You're going to bring me through it. That's what I'm going to do. So I walk into the sales department of this dealership, and I speak with one of the sales people that's on the floor. I'm like, hey, do you have anything in inventory that I can possibly get into? They asked me my credit score. Told them my credit score. They was like, that's going to be a little hard to work with, considering not many people get approved for anything with this credit score without a significant down payment. So that happens, and I let them run my credit. I give them all my information. And I want to say the day's just going by so slow. And it's also raining that day also. But the day's going by so slow, and I'm just like, Lord, is this really going to happen? I mean, I heard you say that I'm going to drive off in something newer than what I came in with, but it seems like there's no progress being made. So the girl, she comes back into the lube shop where I'm at, because I was a lube tech at the time, and she says, hey, you got approved for 2 vehicles. One was for a 2023 Toyota Corolla, and the other one was for a 2022 Nissan Armada, I want to say. But whenever the woman left and she told me what I got approved for, I was walking over to the sales department, and I see this silver car, like in the area where they let all the customers pick up their vehicles so they can do their little photo shoots, all that. So I see that and I'm like, is that my car? And I just heard God say, walk around the car, get inside the car, and watch what happens. So I'm walking around the car and I'm just admiring it. It's a beautiful, great car. And that's happening. So I get into the car, and then I start hearing the Holy Spirit talk to me and say, this is your new vehicle. This is what you're going to drive off in today whenever you go to leave. And it was a 2023 Toyota Corolla. And I just couldn't believe it, because I'm not used to having anything new. But the Lord just kept telling me that I am setting you up to have newer things come into your life. Even if you don't think you necessarily deserve it, that's not up to me to decide. That's up to the Lord to decide. And that's what he was saying. And it made me very emotional. I was breaking down. My mom, my aunt, my cousins were all on the phone just witnessing this happen, and they were all saying this is a God moment. If this isn't a God moment, they don't know what is. And I just felt this sense of, like, I finally saw the true extent of God's love and God's blessing. And they have always told me, you're an anointed man. You got the blessing of God upon you. You just have to follow what he says. So the point of me making this video is to not brag about what car I was blessed to have. The point of this video is to let others know that you follow God and you believe in him to your utmost ability, because God knows your heart. Anything is possible through him. Anything. There's nothing on this earth that God can't make happen at all. There's no one on this earth that's above God himself at all. And the main message is, I know I'm rambling, going around in circles. Do not let your faith waver. Do not let your faith waver. Do not be a double-minded Christian. I'm even guilty of that sometimes, where I know where I'm at with the Lord, but I also still have that doubt that seeps into my mind a little bit. And it's something I'm still working on, because we're all not perfect. That's why God has grace with us. Just like how everybody should have grace with the inhabitants of earth. But yeah, God is great. Don't let your faith waver. And always remember, just because you don't see something happening in that direct moment, just know that God is putting things into place for you to be able to witness just how great he is, how much he loves you, and just witnessing God's grace firsthand. Because none of this was possible. I did none of this. I had no hand in this whatsoever. I just got the car. Everything else, God did. It was all Him, not me. But always remember, read your word, study your word, spend time with the Lord, and try as best as you can to just stay out of your flesh and all this worldly stuff that's going on, because at the end of the day, this life isn't possible without God.